Thanks for being here this morning. As you know, this is a very important election, not only presidential election, but extremely very important election here in the city of Long Beach. Ballots are going out this week, and we're here to talk about the Measure MM. My name is Gilbert Davila. I'm with the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, and we're here with a coalition of elected officials, the community, the collectives, and we're here in support of M&M. With us today is a congressman that has been championing not only good policy in the state, the city and the state level, but with UFCW, he's been a champion for working families, for the grocery workers, the retail drug workers, and it is my honor and my pleasure to introduce one of the most respected legislators, not only in Long Beach, but in the state of California. It's my pleasure to introduce Congressman Alan Lowenthal.
Thank you so much. That was very gracious. I mean, that was a wonderful introduction. You know, when a cancer patient is in pain, she should be able to get the medications that her doctor recommends. That's why I'm here to strongly support and endorse Measure MM, which is on, as we all know, on the November ballot coming up soon. You know, Californians authorized legal medical marijuana with Proposition 215 in 1996. It is now 20 years, and we have learned here in Long Beach from other places in the state how to make doctor-recommended medicines available safely. We've learned that. California regulators have moved to put sensible boundaries around what was once the Wild West of the cannabis marketplace. Cannabis workers have organized to create good jobs, to keep patients safe, and to enforce the law. Now I believe it is time, the time is right, to repeal the ban on medical marijuana in Long Beach. Measure MM is carefully crafted to keep our kids safe and our neighborhoods free of nuisances. Experienced law enforcement officers like retired Long Beach Police Lieutenant Randy Haushauer, who's here today, say that Prop M will help, and I emphasize help, our police to crack down on illegal marijuana sales. Rather than using precious law enforcement resources to ferret out doctor-recommended use by patients with cancer and other illnesses, rather than doing that. So importantly, under MM, medical marijuana businesses are the ones who pay for this increased safety. They have to secure their own places of business, and the taxes they pay will add up to millions to invest in policing, to invest in fire, in ambulance services, and all other priorities of local taxpayers. With so many issues, and important ones, and everybody has to get out to vote, facing the voters on this November ballot, it's important to realize where Measure MM fits in. Prop 64 on the ballot would authorize recreational adult use of medical marijuana, but only Measure MM, ensures that the medical marijuana business here in Long Beach will pay their fair share to keep our communities safe. I'm proud to stand with our local workers, our Long Beach City Council members, and police officers like Randy to ask for your vote vote yes on Measure MM. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. Next, I want to bring up to the podium, but before I do, I want to say a couple words here, because I found out the last time I was sitting in the chambers, if I'm not mistaken, you were ex-Dallas Cowboy.
X.
You're a Dallas Cowboy forever.
But I'm X.
Okay. But as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I wanted to say thank you.
It's getting better.
Yes, it's getting better. But Councilman DeAndrews, he helped and put his name on the legislation for us to move it past and onto the ballot in November. And this is a man that has been fighting for workers in Long Beach for many years. He's about change. He's about being progressive. He's about wanting to make sure that that the city of Long Beach has safe access to patients. And so at this time, I want to introduce Councilman DeAndrews.
Thank you very much. You know, first of all, before we get started, I just want to say that this is a long time coming, but it's long overdue. And like anyone who would stand here or even be in the city of Long Beach, you know that this is one of the greatest things that will be able to happen to our city because of the need of those individuals who are in need. So I am fully supportive of this Measure MM as possible because it provides, like we say, safety, legal and easy access to medical marijuana to those who need it. And that's really what's important for those who really need it. When I vote on November the 8th, I will not only vote for Hillary or Trump, but I will vote on this local measure and I will vote yes on MM.
Yeah.
We're long overdue for a measure that protects, and when we talk about patients while helping and keeping those who are in need in a community, especially like mine, when we talk about safety. You know, this is a measure that everyone should really get behind of it, because those who won't, you know, they'll come along because it took us a long time to get involved. This measure is a safe method to control and legalize access to medical marijuana, and for those who really need it. And I ask you today, please today, stand with me and vote yes on M&M. Please. Thank you very much. I ask you again.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Andrews. Up next, representing the 2nd District in Long Beach. Just a couple of weeks ago, UFCW had a contract fight where we were bringing in delegations into the store, talking to management, telling them to do the right thing, sit down and negotiate, and going around talking to our members. In that delegation, we had Councilman Janine Pierce. She went around talking to our members, comforted them, told them that she was supporting their fight. She talked to management, told them to do the right thing, and UFCW Local 324 couldn't thank her enough. Please put your hands together and for Councilman Janine Pierce. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to all the workers that I spoke to that day to have the courage to come out and say what they needed to ensure that they had a safe workplace. And so I'm proud to be your council member here in the 2nd District in downtown Long Beach over to east side of Redondo. I signed on to this ballot measure because it's the right thing to do. Because just as our Congress member said, 20 years, and Long Beach is just now starting to put their act together to be able to say, not only are we putting something on the ballot that's going to ensure that we have safe access to medicinal cannabis, but we're putting something that says we're going to protect our children, we're going to protect our neighborhoods, we're going to ensure that we're creating good jobs out of this industry. Putting this together means that we're going to be able to have safe access to medicine, but that along the way we're creating a whole new job market that's going to allow people to pay their bills, to put food on the table, to provide for their families. And professionalizing this industry means that we're going to be able to say, we want the best for our community. We want the best. We want to make sure that we know what's going through those doors, that it's regulated, that it's top, that it's clean, that it's safe. And so putting my name alongside many other people that are here today to say, please vote with me on Measure MM was easy to do. And I think that history shows it's the right thing to do. And I know that Long Beach is going to join us in supporting Measure MM. I know that this is the beginning of us saying patients have to come first. And so I'm proud today to endorse MM. I'm proud today to say that I'm going to be voting for MM, and I know that you guys will do that too. Thank you guys, everybody, so very much. And thank you for the leadership of the industry to come together and put forth the best measure possible that has the strictest guidelines possible, that ensures real safety. And so thank you, everybody here that's done that, and have a great day. Thank you.
The next council member has been fighting for change in the city of Long Beach for many years, representing the 7th District in Long Beach, Councilman Roberto Uranga.
Thank you. Thank you. One of the advantages or disadvantages of being the last elected official to speak is that everybody said already that was going to be said, that was in my notes. So I'm gonna say things that are a little different. When we were vetting Measure M during the city council, we heard many compelling stories. We heard stories of patients needing their medicine. We heard stories of people trying to acquire their medicine and having to go through back doors, through alleys, or through other sources to get their medicine. And what Measure M&M is going to do is going to take it out of the alleys and take it out of the back streets and put it in the front where it belongs, because people need access to their medicine. During the course of hearing those testimonies, I had my own story. My family is touched by it. I had a brother-in-law who recently passed away, but because of medical marijuana, he was able to extend his life and live in a more painless atmosphere had he not had access to it. And he lived in Utah, but he would come to California to get his meds. And then he would go back, and then he'd come back again. So he spent an exorbitant amount of time and money traveling to have access to it, access that he should have easily have had here in California and here in Long Beach, because he lived in Long Beach for many years with my sister-in-law. I also have another story of my wife who went through a stage of cancer, and if not for some thoughtful young man who gave her a cookie, an edible of medical marijuana, she would have been in great pain, because she did not want to take those other medicines that just eat you up, Vicodin, hydrocodone, and other pain medicines that just eat at the body, eat at the liver, and waste you away. So, am I supporting M&M? Absolutely yes. And I encourage everyone to consider what pain-free existence people with cancer, people with diabetes, people with other maladies can have if they had access to medical marijuana. So let's vote for it, let's fight for it, let's make it pass, and let's put Long Beach as a leader in providing medical marijuana for its citizens. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman, for those stories. And I'm sure there's many, many more. That's why this election is extremely important. This measure is extremely important. And we're asking you guys to please tell everyone that you know that is eligible to vote, that can vote in the city of Long Beach, to vote for M&M, please. Again, my name is Gilbert Davila. I'm the Director of Organizing for Local for UFCW Local 324. I'm here representing 23,000 working women and men throughout Orange County and LA County in the retail food and drug industry. For the past 5 years, UFCW have been leading efforts working with the governor's office and state legislators that would allow patient access to medical marijuana. Measure MM puts forward strict regulations on medical marijuana to protect Longbeach neighborhoods and patients. UFCW represents cannabis workers in California, and we have been leading efforts for working training to ensure patients are protected. We want to make sure here in Long Beach all medical marijuana is safely tested, free from toxins and contaminations from educated workers. The jobs that the industry will bring to our communities will allow workers to gain important worker protections through collective bargaining and provide workers with safe working conditions, livable wages, and good benefits, and a retirement. In addition to creating good jobs for Long Beach, maintaining the highest standards to protect our communities is of paramount concern for UFCW and the coalition here today. We ask you, our community, on November 8th to vote yes on M&M. It protects patients, our neighborhoods, and our workers. So with that, I want to say thank you very much for being. I want to thank the legislators for being here, the community, the coalitions that are supporting this. We need you guys to get out there and get the vote out and make sure that M&M passes in the city of Long Beach. With that, thank you very much. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, we'll be right over here to answer any and all questions. Thank you and have a good day.